Okay, so you're here for the event photography info. You're wondering what niches are the top event photography niches to go after? Well, if you're wondering anything about the top event photography niches to get into, I'm going over my 5 that I think you're going to want to know about if you're interested in event photography, which you very well should be because it pays amazingly. It's so fun. And I'm telling you, it's the best niche to be in photography, in my personal opinion, but I'm biased because I love doing what I do. So if you want to know the top 5 niches in event photography, stay tuned because we're going over that right now. All right, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, my name is Rachel Capella. I'm a San Francisco event photographer in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, and I've been doing it for a really long time, specializing in bar and bat mitzvahs. So I know all about event photography. I can pretty much answer any question that you might have. And today we are talking about the 5 top niches that I think are out there in event photography. So if you want to get into events, this is the video that you're going to want to save and watch over and over to just know where you should go, okay? And what you need to know about each kind of event niche. So let's get into this video. Number 1, obviously we all know that weddings are a huge, huge, huge event niche. And there is lots and lots and lots and lots of money to be made in the wedding space. So I'm just talking about photography here. I'm not talking about florals, wedding dresses, none of that jazz. But I can tell you, there have been times when I think the bride has definitely spent more on her damn dress than me, which is crazy. So you don't want that to happen to you, okay? I truly believe photography is the most important in wedding photography, in my personal opinion. I don't say that about bar and bat mitzvahs, actually. I think the DJ is the most important, which I tell clients all the time. But in the niche of number 1 niche, I think, is weddings. That is a niche that you want to really potentially consider. Just know that it is extremely hard and it's taxing on your body. And it's it's not maybe so hard to break into because you could do some really cheap weddings. There's always brides looking to like spend nothing. So I would always recommend my students and people that follow me to go for the middle class because why not, right? Why not get paid what you deserve? So in the San Francisco Bay Area, you could easily get, I think, upwards of 6,000, I think 5,500 to upwards of $10,000 to $20,000 for a wedding. So it's definitely lucrative, but as you get into those upper echelons, like the $5,000 range, you are 1,000,000% going to need a second shooter. I don't think someone would spend $5,000 really if it was just like a small wedding, like 50 people. Like you really don't need a second shooter, but like you're going to want a second shooter for that 5,500 and up wedding. And then you're probably going to want to like consider like an album or do some type of option for an album. But just know you're going to have 2 shooters. It's going to be a super long day. So you're going to be there from probably like, gosh, what was my timeline back in the day? Maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock to like 10 o'clock at night. And you're going the whole time you're going. Okay. You are on. You are running from the bride getting ready to the groomsmen's getting ready to the first look to the bridesmaids and groomsmen's photos to the actual ceremony to then the family portraits, to then the cocktail hour, to then sitting down and the bride and groom entering the room, to the first dance, to the father-daughter dance, to the mother-son bride, whatever dances. And then you're going to go straight from there into like sunset photos. And then you're going to go into the bouquet toss and all the freaking rest of it till the end. So you have no time to rest. So you have to eat your beef jerky sticks, like literally on the go, like, or eat and make sure you're fueled. So that's number 1 niche is weddings. Just know what you're getting into. Great money. And it's also seasonal, right? So there's not going to be a ton of brides during the winter and Thanksgiving time. Like, it's super seasonal. So spring, summer, and maybe a little bit of fall, but that's where you're going to like have most of your work and you're going to be grinding it out. You're not going to be like there for your kids really. Like you don't see a lot of moms doing weddings. It's just not, some do, yes, but like it's not a huge surplus. It's more single people like me. When I was single, I did a lot of weddings and I just was not a big fan. I love my brides. Don't get me wrong. I do love all my brides, but I just now in the season of my life, no thank you. Okay. So niche number 2 is corporate. Now, corporate is great. I love corporate. I have a handful of corporate clients. So it is a different type of beast. So I find, especially lately, like not my current corporate clients that love me and hire me all the time for headshots and things like that, and their different holiday parties or getaways. They love me, they pay my rate, they don't care. But I find that a lot of times they're kind of a little cheapy, like they're kind of cheaping out. And I'm not booking a lot of corporate primarily because I just want to do bar and bat mitzvahs. But like I refer out a lot of corporate because I feel like they're kind of getting a little cheap. Maybe it's the economy, maybe whatever. But just know with corporate, you need to know the planners. You need to have the correct lenses, just like every event niche. But you like have to have multiple shooters. You do. We really do. And I feel like you'll probably get outbid by like the guy, I think it's called Orange. I don't know what they're called. They're a company out here. I've been told they have kind of associate photographers. Photographers are not that great for cheap, and then so they can really do cheap work, like kind of cheaper work, because it's not as like corporate is not like social where like they really care. Like for example, I just did a corporate event on my birthday, and this was a person that I really like, and she wanted me paid me $1,000 for 30 minutes of photos. Honestly, the photos were literally just to put on their LinkedIn profile. But I'll take it. It took me longer to get to the dang shoot and get home than to actually shoot. So there are those one-offs, but like for the most part, if you're going to niche into corporate, you really have to know the event planners. You have to make sure you have second shooters. You have to know what you're getting into. Just another niche like weddings. Like all possible, totally worth it. And you can travel too. Like when I did corporate, I traveled. That's how I met my boyfriend and had my son. We met at a photo shoot at the Ritz-Carlton in Beaver Creek, Colorado. But he says we met at another one, but it was like, I don't remember. There are so many people. But yeah, I've traveled for corporate, and that's something to consider. So that is number 2. Number 3, which is my absolute favorite, obviously, is bar and bat mitzvahs. Why I love them is because they're easier than a wedding. They pay slightly under a wedding, if not more than the cheaper bride, right? I gauge around $30 to like $6,000 for a mitzvah. Depending, it could go up even higher if they like buy prints and buy other things like add-ons. So the potential is really great money, and you could really, the sky's the limit. You just have to do. And the beautiful thing about mitzvahs is they're all year round. Actually, they're all year round with the exception of July, where the rabbis usually go on break. They go on vacation because they have to, because they're human too and they need to go on vacation. So in July, which is perfect for moms like me, is we go up to Lake Tahoe, our second home there, and we basically spend the month of July in Tahoe. And so it is absolutely wonderful. If I have a photo shoot here, I can always just drive back for it, which I did last year. I had one in July. So it's not completely exempt, but they do tend to really slow down in July because the rabbis choose to go on vacation. Then they kind of all congregate and figure it out, do their thing. So all year round, not like wedding seasonal. Corporate is all year round too, for the most part. You can be working all year round. There's no season with the exception of July. So it does slow down, but honestly, you can book 3 or 4 easily, 2 to 3 a month, and make 6 figures if you're priced right, which we obviously teach you in the Photo Mitzvah Maven course. All the things that you need to know to make 6 figures and have a thriving bar and bat mitzvah career. So that's my number 3. We love bar and bat mitzvahs because of all those things mentioned, plus the client referrals, and the community is amazing. If you get in, you are in, you will have work consistently all the time. It's amazing. And you could sprinkle in a wedding or, here or there, or corporate job like I've done. It's not a big deal. I don't do any weddings now, but I do have my corporate clients that I do. I love them because they are during the week. So it's much easier because like I can save my Saturdays for the mitzvahs. So the 4th niche is quinceañeras and social events. So I don't know much about quinceañeras. I've never done one because like I've been asked so many times, they never book me. The only reason why I feel like they don't book me is because I'm too expensive. So I feel like it's kind of a lower end niche. So that's why I'm clumping them in with social events like baby showers, bridal showers, and birthdays, like 50th birthdays, 40th birthdays, 21st birthdays, whatever. So social is number 4. And again, there's potential money to be made there. I don't know how much, really. I don't know if you could thrive off of that. Maybe if you dial yourself into the quinceañera community, you could definitely do well. Sprinkle in some baby parties and some like 50th birthdays, whatever, and charge a good amount for them. Like we always want to try and get like anywhere from $1,000 to like $3,500 per shoots, for events and portraits and stuff like that. So I think you could do pretty well with those. The fifth niche, which I don't know if it's really a niche, but it's kind of like a combo of all of those things, which I have definitely done, minus quinceañeras. I've never photographed a quinceañera. I don't know why. It's just I'd never had the opportunity. No one ever booked me. But I have done it all. And I've definitely made six figures doing all of them. So my advice, though, is to just niche to one, because it just makes your life easier. You can definitely make six figures, but I feel like when you niche, you have consistent like inquiries coming in that are, it's just a little bit more like comfort zone safe, you know, even though no one is safe, but it's all in your head anyways, mindset, which we go over in Photo Mitzvah Maven. And I have my meditations that you can look at rachelkapil.com, because that helps with like the mindset and training your brain to like serve you versus hurt you. So number 5 is a combo of all of them. You could do it. I've made plenty, like my whole career, basically, except for the first 4 years, I've made six figures and up. So it's all doable, but my advice is to definitely niche. All right, that is a wrap. That's it. My 5 top niches in the event photography niche itself. If you have questions, definitely check out my YouTube lives that I do, my webinar. I do a weekly webinar. If you want to know more about bar and bat mitzvahs, I teach you how I've gone in and done the niching and make six figures and beyond in it, and all the things that I've done. I talk about it on my weekly webinar on Wednesdays. So the links will all be down below. And if you want to set up a call to see how we can help you with your photo business and hit the goals that you want to achieve, I'd love to have a conversation. So I hope you got value. I know any particular niche in the event industry, niche itself, will be amazing for you. You just have to find the right one. And if you are interested, obviously, in bar and bat mitzvahs, I'd love to tell you my journey and story and help you in that arena. So just reach out. And if you got value, make sure to like and subscribe and share with anybody that you think may be struggling in photography and wants to learn more. I'm happy to help. This is what I love doing. Also, obviously, love bar and bat mitzvahs, but I love helping and serving the community, because I know it can be challenging at times, but that is why I am here to help. So hope you had a great time in this video, got a lot of value. Make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Thanks. Bye.